Firstly, let me invite the Area Director, Toastmaster Nitin Suresh, for the Area Director message.
A warm good evening to everybody. It's a real pleasure for me to welcome all the 9 participants. I hope they do join in. It's wonderful to see 9 different people coming up with 9 different skill sets. We have Rani ma'am and Nia ma'am, teachers and professors in the schools and colleges. Then we have Subin, business manager and owner of Royal Oak. We have Mithun and Rajiv, who have come with their business management skills and digital marketing skills. And I'm pretty sure they'll be real assets to the club as we move forward. Jitin from BSNL. Jimmy, I know him pretty long back, but I don't know whether he still remembers me. He was with Manorama as our computer systems, coaching computer systems, and then he's moved over to Wipro. And we have an exuberant all-rounder in Emily. So it's really wonderful to have all these skill sets making up a family of 26 into our Kottayam Toastmasters. I'm pretty sure our club will grow from strength to strength as we move along. I remember in our first ExCom elections and all that, we were used to fight. I don't want this post. I don't want this post. And this time around, I'm pretty sure for every post, we have at least 2 or 3 candidates who could really make it strong. Our ExCom would really make it strong. I started off in this Kottayam Toastmasters as the founding vice president education, and I had absolutely no idea about pathways, and I was supposed to actually teach people pathways. And I had only one mentor, guide, source of information, and that person was Jacob Tarath. He was absolutely a constitution in terms of pathways is concerned. Every nuance of pathways, every exceptions in pathways, every rule breakers in pathways, he knows about it. And he ensured that all the speeches during our day, right from our demo meetings to the time of conception, he ensured that all the speeches were actually according to the rule book. And he ensured that our foundation structure of our pathways project and everybody who took up the pathways project was followed to the letter Z, and everybody followed it to the rule. So it's really wonderful that all these new people would have Jacob Tarath as a person who would be guiding them in terms of pathways today. And I'm pretty sure he'll do a wonderful job. Pathways project, for people who are just joined in, Pathways project was a project that was conceived and developed over a very, very long time, almost 9-10 years it took really structure this pathways according to what Smedley had thought about 100 years back and following all the rules. So as the Toastmasters, it was mainly about leadership, communications, and the public speaking skills. But I think beyond that, it has grown only because of pathways. Earlier, we had something called as a competent, if I'm not wrong, was called as CC manual. And it had skill sets about 25-30 skill sets was only being tested for the members. But when pathways came, nearly 300 skill sets have been added to the pathways project across the 11 pathways. Beautiful electives, which really test all the real world abilities. For instance, I chosen visionary communication as my project, and I had to deliver something called as a change management. I had to deliver a speech about change management to a fictitious group. And I was actually at that time working on a project within Manorama itself, where our digital platform, our Manorama online platform, was actually moving from a free platform to a paid platform. So I used all those information and skill sets to actually develop my speech on change management, and I developed this fictitious company. And what I did was I presented the speech in front of some techies, which was HP Hurricanes from Bangalore and Unisys group called Ritoras. So you could see that Pathways actually is able to transform your real world requirements into your speeches, and that's what really is great about Pathways. Tomorrow, if Rani ma'am has to do a project or something in college, she could follow the project according to what Pathways tells you, and it really helps you in terms of event management. If suppose Midun has to do a project on digital marketing, he could use those. You could use those projects and the learnings from it and actually translate it into a Pathways speech, and that is the greatness of Pathways. I'm pretty sure that questionnaires, those videos, those matter, the textual matter that give, it's an absolute treasure house. Initially, I had problems. First month, I really had a problem. I thought how can a self-education program really help me out? But you work with your mentor, and then you start using those pathways, use every evaluation resource, use every questionnaire, use every video, use every textual matter that you get in those pathways project, and actually develop a speech. Don't rush through those pathway projects. You take at least 2 to 3 weeks to actually give a speech, and then you could develop that speech and actually develop yourself. Every stage of pathways, whether it is deciding on what your communication style is, what your leadership style is, what is mentoring, everything is worked out very well in pathways, and it is given in a very, very structured format. I am pretty sure today we'll have a very exhaustive session, and you would learn everything about pathways and all the options available in pathways. Do it very, very meticulously, and I'm pretty sure you'll get to learn a lot through this entire 1 hour of program that has been planned out for you. Thank you, and back to you, Renee.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin. Moving on to the section, first we have Toastmaster Ajay Apus, the Vice President Membership of Coding Toastmasters Club, on introductory section on Toastmasters.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ajay. Good evening. Good evening, Ajay.
Good evening. It's a fine Sunday, a lazy evening, drizzling outside. Very good time for all male candidates to have a couple of pets. And for the female, it's time to prepare the dinner. And what for the students? Can someone say?
Exams.
Exams? Any other response?
Homeworks, assignments.
Homeworks, assignments? Good.
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Good. Rather a time for chit chat or TikTok videos? Before I start with, how many among you have attended at least one Toastmasters Club meeting? Answers? I wish this to be an interactive session. I don't want this to be a lecture session. I wish this
Can you please repeat it again?
How many of you have attended at least one meeting in any Toastmasters Club?
Like in a different club?
Right. So can someone tell me what Toastmasters is all about? Anyone can unmute and say. Anyone here? Where and when was it formed? Any idea? It was found by Ralph C. Medley in the year 1924. But the first unofficial meeting of Toastmasters Club was in 1905. Since 1924, it has been helping people around the world to become more confident speakers. All these words, at least the ones who attended a club could have heard the Sergeant at Arms Opry. And now can you tell me how many members across the world you have for Toastmasters? Any idea?
3 million.
Members to please turn off your videos so that I could see you also. Seeing on the video is a sign of confidence. How many members across the globe?
3 million.
It is 3 lakh members across the globe in 149 countries and over 15,800 clubs. Now, can someone tell me who is the international president now? Current international president is Margaret Page, distinguished Toastmaster for the year 2021-22. Right. Tell me then how Toastmasters would help you. Anyone can say, what do you expect from Toastmasters? How it helps you? Emily, can you?
Sure, I'll go with that. So Toastmasters is one such platform where without fear, you can definitely talk in front of the public. So that is, I have come across a lot of different clubs, but this is one such, after being a part of it, I understood it's such a friendly atmosphere wherein you're not judged. Rather, you're helped in by so many different people. So definitely it helps you with your public speaking skills, your confidence level, and to level up your whole game when it comes to even your profession. Yeah.
Thank you, Emily. Professor Nia, you have something to add? How it helps you?
So yeah, Toastmasters International has been viewed by me, as since I'm a new member, as a platform to improve the public speaking and, generally speaking skills, despite the opportunities that are given to you by the profession. I believe this is a space where you can continue to grow and keep getting better at things where you're already expected to be good.
Thanks a lot. Another teacher among the group, Ronnie, can you please read the slides? How it helps you?
Sorry?
Can you read the slides?
Read. Improve your public speaking skills.
Improve your public speaking skills.
Build leadership skills. Maximize your potential. Enjoy unlimited personal growth. Work on networking in a small and supportive environment. Practice writing speeches and presenting in a group setting. Gain a competitive advantage in the workplace. Build self-confidence and self-awareness.
Any points need further explanation? Nothing. All written. Now, you know what is Toastmasters. You know how it benefits you. How can you become a member? What is the first procedure in becoming a member? At least you should say that, you should know it.
Membership.
Say what you know. Members have to pay an amount of $45 every 6 months, which is $7.5 a month, plus a new membership fee of $20 US. So any new member who is coming has to pay an amount of $65, which we pay directly to the Toastmasters International. And every 6 months, when you renew it, you have to pay $45. Am I clear? I don't hear a response.
Yes. Yes.
Now, coming to Kotten Toastmasters Club, where you all are members. Kotten Toastmasters Club was chartered in 1st October 2009. And this is our club number. Can someone read it?
Zero 07632625.
Good. This is our club number. And we belong to Area 3. So after the club, the next level is area. We belong to area 3. And area 3 comes under division G. And division G comes under district 121. District 121 comes under region 30, which is a part of International Toastmasters. So the hierarchy is club, area, division, district, and region. And can someone tell me who is the area G3 director or our area director? Your listening skills are poor. Tell me who is our area director? I'll give you a clue. He's a member of Corporate Toastmasters Club.
Mr. Nitin Suresh.
Yes, Nitin Suresh is our area director. Rainy said, area director's message. We are proud to have Nitin Suresh as our area director. And currently, our division director is Mini Mohan and district director is Vanida Rangarajan Jha. This is the hierarchy of our Kottayam Toastmasters Club. It's area, division, district, and region. Coming to International Toastmasters, in this era where social media is very popular, so is the Toastmasters Club also. In all social media platforms, this is the Facebook page of Toastmasters International. You also have the website of Toastmasters International, wherein you will be selecting your pathways, which will be explained by Toastmaster Jacob in the coming sessions. Cotton Toastmasters Club also has a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, an Insta page, and we do also have a YouTube channel wherein we upload our speeches and meetings. Why I don't see a response on any pages? Are you all with me?
Yes.
Can I have
Yes.
Right, thank you. Now, we all in the club practice speeches, do many things, and so do we have contests also. Do you know which is the prestigious contest of Toastmasters Club or International Toastmasters? Which is the most prestigious contest? Please unmute and say, which is the most prestigious contest in International Toastmasters? Please try. Anyone? It is the ISC or the International Speech Contest, wherein an area level contest will be conducted, followed by division level. Before that, we have the club contest, area contest, division contest, district, region, and the regional champion will move to the international speech contest finals, wherein the international champion speaker is selected. So, we have also other contests like the table topics contest, tall tale contest, and speech variation contest, which will be conducted at club level, area level, division level, or till the district level only. The only contest that will take you to international level is the international speech contest. Now coming back to the administrative structure of any club, who will be the head of this club? the administrative structure, who will be the head of a club, of any Toastmaster club? Please unmute and say chairman, president, vice president. Who would be the head?
President.
President. So in Kottayam, our president is
Jacob.
Master Jacob Gardner, whom you all know. Hierarchically, he's on top of the club. That would be followed by Vice President Education, Jose Kumar. And who next? Any idea?
Anu, ma'am. Anu, ma'am.
I need to know the position. This will be followed by VP membership, a smart young. And VP Public Relations, Jebin Abraham, Secretary Rini, Krishna Shivaji, President Terms Anuja, and immediate past president. These 8 people from the ExCom, any administrative decision related to the club shall be taken at the ExCom meeting. By God's grace, whatever decision taken during the last 1 year was unanimous. The ExCom meets at regular intervals to decide on the club activities. And this is the ExCom of Kottayam Toastmasters Club. And this will be the hierarchy for any club, from president, VP education, VP membership, VP public relations, secretary, treasurer, sergeant at arms, and immediate past president. Each person will have their own role to perform in the club. And all these people are bound to the central hub, the president. This is all from my presentation side, and you have 1 to 2 minutes to ask for any doubts if you have. On the presentation made by me, I will try to clear things which I know. It's something which is beyond my knowledge. It shall be cleared by president or area director. Either you all understood everything or understood nothing. What should I be?
Clear. Yeah. Clear.
Clear? Wow.
Yeah.
Mithun, how about you? The teachers among the group, any doubts?
No, sir, no.
Clear.
As far as it's okay.
Thank you. Thank you all. And back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay. If anybody have doubt, you can send him a message privately in Zoom so that he will respond to you. So moving on to the next section, we have Toastmaster Jacob Tare, the president of Kottayam Toastmasters Club, on pathways and website updation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rini. So is my slideshow visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's
We all are here to improve our communication leadership skills through Toastmasters. So let's explore pathways and how you can accelerate through the Toastmasters website. This will also help you to update your projects in it. So let's begin. Pathways is the Toastmasters education program. Think of it as a syllabus for your projects in Toastmasters. Currently, there are 11 unique paths to help you achieve your goals. All our members who join Toastmasters for different needs. So it won't be ideal that everyone follow the same guidelines. By choosing different pathways, each member can focus on what they need. Each path has 5 different levels. In level 1, you will master the fundamentals. This is identical for every path. Level 2 is all about learning your style. In level 3, you begin to increase your knowledge. You will take what you have learned and start to build skills in level 4. Finally, level 5 is all about demonstrating your expertise. These levels are designed to improve both communication and leadership skills. Every path has required and elective projects. To complete a path, you must complete all 11 required projects and 4 elective projects. Even though most of you have selected the path, I will just show how it is done for the sake of the members who hasn't done it yet. Firstly, type www.toastmasters.org in your browser. You will need to click the login button to see the login screen. Please enter your login credentials as received from Toastmasters International and press the login button. To access paths and projects, we need to get to the Basecamp. Basecamp is your online gateway to the pathways, where you will find everything you need for your pathway journey. Now, once you are logged in, click on the Pathways menu. A submenu will appear and click on Go to Basecamp option. Click on Continue to Path Selection button to go to select your first pathway. Toastmasters International has created an assessment test where you can, the website will automatically calculate which path is ideal for you. Click this button to start the test. Complete the test by providing the answers for all the questions. After that test, it will suggest 3 paths for you. One recommended path, which is calculated based on your answers to the assessment test. 2 other paths will also be given that are close match to your requirements. Now, what if you don't like the paths given to you? Well, even though the suggested path are the recommendations, if you feel like it doesn't meet your requirements, you can freely choose any other path. Choose the path and finish the purchase. Even though each path costs $20, first path is free for all members. Hence, the first purchase will be of $0. Once you have finished your path selection, it is time to view and do your speeches. You need to update your projects in Toastmasters International website to complete your pathway. Let's see how to do it. First, login. Go to the Basecamp. Here, click on the Go button or go to My Transcript button. Now, click on the Go to Educational Transcript button here. Now we are at the Educational Transcript. This is where you will find all your project information. Here we can see the path I have chosen, Engaging Humor. Near to it, there is a button called Open Curriculum. Click on it to see all your levels and your projects. You can see on the left side, all the levels are there, and on the right side, all the projects associated with it are displayed. If you click level 2 or level 3, the right side will display the project associated with that level. Near every project, there will be a button which will show 3 texts: launch, activate, and evaluate. According to where you are at this moment in this project. If you haven't started doing the project, it will show as activate. Once you click activate, it changes to launch, and it will mark in the servers that you have started doing this project. After that, you will click the same button, which is now labeled as a launch. When you click that button, a new window will open up showing the guide for the said project. The success of your project depends on reading and learning what the project is all about. Please see that you do this for every project. As you read along, you will reach a self-assessment test. You have to grade yourself according to the question. This is for you to track your own improvement before and after the project. After that, you will reach a page where some content can be downloaded. You can print or save the guide you have been reading, as well as the evaluation form and speech worksheet from here. You can close this window and do your projects or speeches. After doing your speeches, go to all the previous steps to reach the education transcript and click the launch button, and it will automatically open to this page. Now, if you click the next button, you will see another self-assessment test. After giving marks to yourself, it will show your previous marks and will show the improvement you have made. Now that's the end of the project. You have marked your project as complete. Now you can close the window and go back to the education transcript. Now you will see that the launch button is changed to evaluate. It is not mandatory, but you can click the evaluate button to answer a small survey to help Toastmasters International improve the quality of the projects. Evaluations. Evaluation is very important in Toastmasters. Every speech or project you do will be evaluated in a constructive way so that you can improve your future speeches. Each speech or project will have an evaluation sheet available in the Toastmasters website. Each evaluation form has 3 parts. The first part is where the objectives of the speech or the project is given. The evaluator will provide his or her feedback in the boxes below. Here, the evaluator will give you marks out of 5 on different aspects of the project or speech. The final part of the evaluation sheet is the guideline for the evaluator on how to give out the marks for the speaker. I hope all of you reach your goals. I wish everyone a wonderful pathways journey. So if you have any other further questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
If anyone have any doubt regarding the pathways, you can ask the speaker right now. Anyone?
I have no doubt right now, but I believe that I will have once I get into all these things. So definitely I will contact one of the Toastmasters. It's a very excellent and good at all these things.
So I had a doubt. So how do we pace this steps? So I see that there are many levels and many tasks there in the website. So is there a way in which we should take it, like a timeline which will be offered by the club, or should we do it on our own? Is it self-paced?
Yeah, it is self-paced. Toastmasters International insists that everybody do their projects according to your own time. We are not supposed to pressure you to do your speeches or projects.
Okay.
And one more thing about that is you can do your projects in whichever day you want. Like if you can take a project in level 4 right after the project in the level 1, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you have to do the first project and the last project in that order. Like the first project is the Icebreaker, that has to be the first project, and the last project, which is a reflection on your pathway, that should be at the last project. All the others can be taken at any time.
Okay. Thank you.
How much time it takes to complete a pathway, just to get an idea?
Actually, that depends on the person, as I said.
Okay.
I have known members who had completed a pathway in less than 2 months.
Okay.
By visiting different clubs and giving the speeches there. And I have known people who are still on level 1 or level 2 of their paths from 3 years. So it really depends on you how much faster you want to go.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
What do you mean by the icebreaker contest? What it is exactly?
Basically, the first speech of your project, of your pathways, is an icebreaker. So we just essentially to break the ice between you and the other members. So it will be just a small introduction to yourself.
Okay.
The reason we say that it's an introduction to you is because a speaker is always comfortable talking about ourselves. Instead of talking about another topic that is not related to us, it would be really easy for us to talk about ourselves. So that's why we insist on doing that speech as a introduction to yourself. So Icebreaker is just the name of the first speech. So, yeah. Any other questions? Okay, since I think everybody is comfortable with the information you have got, you can contact me anytime regarding any of the information I have just shown here. So I give back control to Toastmaster Vinny.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jacob. Next, we have Toastmaster Jebin Abraham, Vice President Public Relations, on mentoring and its benefits.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rini. Respected Toastmasters. So today I'm going to talk about mentoring. Can you all unmute and tell me exactly what do you think mentoring is? What do you mean by mentoring?
It's a molder.
Okay, molding another person. Okay. Anybody else?
In my opinion, it is someone who helps us, like a mentor.
Okay, somebody who helps you do something.
It's not a teacher in my perspective, but it is someone who helps us for achieving that goal or something like that.
Okay. Not a teacher, but somebody who helps.
Yeah,
you.
I won't call it as a teacher, but it is some. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Any other answers?
Like our godfather, godmother, always advising something for our improvement.
Okay, always having your back. Yes, that's also really good. Anybody else?
Since all of these tasks are self-paced and we are free to take all the time we want, I think in this context, mentor is someone who can like gently call us and ask us to do things, and someone we can actually call up to ask our small doubts if in case we have any.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So listening to all your answers, I think that I actually do not have to do this presentation because all of you already know about mentoring. So mentoring is actually what you all said. It is when a more experienced person guides and motivates a lesser experienced person to achieve his or her goals. Now, the goals are set by the less experienced person. In this reference, it is the mentees. And the mentors guide them. They don't teach or they don't take any classes, but they guide the mentees to reach their goals. That is exactly what mentoring is, and it's what all of you have said here. The next is, what are the qualities of a good mentor? The mentor should be experienced and knowledgeable in what he is helping the other person. Like for example, if mentor, you are having a mentor who's helping you do a speech contest, then definitely that person should have at least attended a speech contest, or he should be knowledgeable about it. That is what it means. If he's not knowledgeable, then he won't be able to help you. The second is, he should be always positive and supportive. there will be a lot of times when the mentees will be disappointed, sometimes during a meeting role or something like that. They feel like, okay, they are not made for it. And if the mentor is like, no, you are not made for this thing, you shouldn't do it. If the mentor is going to talk like that, then there is no way the mentee is going to achieve that goal. So the mentor should be always supportive, always positive. The third point is he should be respectful and caring. This is also very important. Like, for example, a lot of people have fear to take up roles or fear to do something. And if the mentee doesn't understand that, mentee will be like, hey, you're scared for this thing. This is so easy. If the mentee keeps talking like this, if if the mentor is not empathetic, then there is no way the mentee will achieve that goal. So the mentor should always be respectful and always should be caring. And last, he should be committed and he should be dependable. What that means is, for example, certain tasks, the mentor should be available more than what he's supposed to. Like, for example, if it is a speech contest, the mentor should keep on listening to the speeches and give more evaluation. So he will have to invest a lot of his time to help the mentee. So this is one thing that the mentor should do. So these are the 4 important qualities of a mentor. Now, what are the qualities of a mentee? Mentee should be able to adapt to change and should have a desire and willingness to learn. If they don't have the willingness to learn, if they are going to be stubborn, then there is no way the mentee is going to achieve that goal. They should be open to receiving feedback. Well, when a lot of times mentees are scared of receiving feedbacks, that they don't call their mentors regularly or they don't call at a certain interval. And when that happens, the mentees won't be able to improve themselves. So one of the main thing is you should be always open to receiving feedback. Shouldn't be scared of calling a mentor. Should always call him or her, always get feedback from them. And the third point is to always reach out for learning guidance and also to ask questions. A lot of all mentors and all the members in our club have jobs and have personal issues in their life and all that. They might not always call the mentees and tell, okay, this is what you need to do, that you need to do, and clear your doubts. So you should always approach the mentors with any doubts or any issues you have. Always approach the mentors who will help you out. And last but not the least, always be respectful of the mentor's time and his boundaries. This is very important. You can't call in the middle of the night and ask the mentor to be available and all that. So you should always respect the time and his boundaries. Now, the next, how are the mentors allocated? The VP Education and the president of the club usually allocates the mentors, and mentors are usually allocated from the club itself. If there aren't any senior members or anything like that, then the VP Education or the mentees can network across clubs, because Toastmasters is an international platform and you can definitely get a mentor from another club or an international club and so on. So mentees or the VP Education can network and find mentors for you if there aren't any senior members in your club. The next part is what to do during your first mentor and mentee interaction. I have just included 2 points here, which is the main thing what you need to do when during your first mentee and mentor interaction. That is, first and foremost, you should convey your goals and ambitions to your mentor. This is the most important step, because by listening to your goals and ambitions, can your mentor plan out your journey for you or help you reach there. If the mentor doesn't have any idea of your goals and ambitions, the mentor might not be able to guide you to that place. The second is to choose a convenient time and mode of communication. This is also very important, because sometimes the mentors might not use WhatsApp and you keep sending them WhatsApp messages and they might not read your messages. These kind of things happen a lot. Okay, so the last part is just some questions like, can I change my mentor if after allotment? Yes, you can definitely change your mentor after allotting. All you need to do is to contact your VP education and you can change your mentor. But right after allotting, I would say not to change, just give the mentor some time to adjust. And if he is not good enough for you, or if you feel that, okay, he's not good enough, then you can change. The second question would be, can I have more than one mentor? You can have how many mentors you want. If you want a mentor for your pathways and your speech, you can have one mentor. You can have so many other, you can have mentors for your contest. You can have mentors for your leadership role. You can have different mentors. Only thing I would say is to have one member for one particular activity. That is, for pathways, don't have like 2-3 mentors, because then all these people will be giving you feedback, and sometimes you may get conflicting feedbacks from different people. So maximum try to have one mentor for one activity. That's so. I have come to the end of my presentation, and if anybody has any questions, you can just unmute and just speak. Any questions, anyone? Okay,
If
so
anyone
I
has
think
a question regarding mentoring, you can ask him now. Anyone?
okay. Thank you. And anybody has any more questions, you can message me. I'll be glad to reply to you. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Rini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jebin. Moving on, next we have Toastmaster Jacob Tharat, the president of Coding Toastmasters Club, on a Toastmaster wears many hats.
So, thank you, Toastmaster Rini. Is my slideshow visible? Okay, thank you. So Toastmasters club meetings provide an opportunity for every member to learn and practice communication and leadership skills by taking up a variety of roles. Each meeting role has a unique set of responsibilities and skills for you to explore. So these are the roles you will see in a Toastmasters meeting. If you like to take up a role in a Toastmasters meeting, do contact your Vice President of Education and or sign in the club's WhatsApp group. Today we will be discussing a short introduction to different meeting roles. The first one is Sergeant-at-Arms. The Sergeant-at-Arms is responsible for helping to set up the meeting and welcome the guests. The Sergeant-at-Arms opened the meeting with a short introduction to Toastmasters and then by welcoming the president. Sergeant-at-Arms helps to raise the energy of the meeting. Sergeant-at-Arms also helps to collect votes after the voting for the best speaker, evaluator, and table topics if it is needed. One part of Sergeant-at-Arms' role is to help prepare the room before the meeting and lead the cleaning of the room after the meeting if needed. There is a permanent Sergeant-at-Arms on the club committee who can help you get familiar with the role. Just a bonus idea, permanent Sergeant-at-Arms who is in the club committee is not the Sergeant-at-Arms in a meeting. The next is Toastmaster of the Day. Being Toastmaster of the Day is the most valuable experience in a club. It's a very challenging role. However, the first time you try it, you'll simply love it. The main duty of Toastmaster of the Day is to act as a host and conduct the entire meeting. For obvious reasons, this task is not usually assigned to a member until he or she is quite familiar with the club and its proceedings. Remember, this role is about running a thoughtful, efficient meeting for the members and guests. Forgot a few points. Toastmaster of the day should contact all the speakers in advance of the meeting and find out if there's anything they would like to include in their introduction, in the Toastmaster of the day's introduction of their speech. He will work closely with the timer to ensure the meeting runs on time. He or she should always encourage role takers and speakers. Timer role. This is a great role to start with. One of the skills Toastmasters practice is expressing a thought within a specific time. The timer is responsible for monitoring the time for each meeting segment and each speaker. In the meeting, the timer will explain the timing rules and demonstrate the signaling device. He or she will listen carefully to each participant and signal them accordingly. When called upon, he or she will provide the report on the speaker's name and the time taken. Our counter's role. This is another good role to start with. The purpose of our counter is to note any overused words or filler words used by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, so, and you know. Sounds may be or The R counter will give a brief explanation of the role when introduced in the club meeting. He or she will record overlong pauses, overused words, and filler sounds. R counter will report their observations when called upon. Grammarian. This is also another good role to start with. The grammarian plays an important role in helping all club members improve their grammar and vocabulary. The grammarian chooses and introduces a word of the day that complements the theme and expands our vocabulary. He or she will take note of both exceptional and improper grammar, as well as some good usages of phrases or words. Our counter will observe their observations or report their observations when called upon. Serving as speaker provides you the opportunity to develop your public speaking skills. It is also an education opportunity for your club. We recommend you to deliver your first speech, that is the icebreaker, in the first month of you joining the club. As a speaker, you prepare, rehearse, and present the speech during a club meeting. The speaker should discuss their goals, strengths, and weaknesses with their evaluator before giving their speech. This will help the evaluator evaluate you accordingly. The speaker shall receive feedback from the evaluator to implement in future speeches. Evaluation is the heart of Toastmasters education program. You observe the speeches and leadership roles of your fellow club members and offer an evaluation of their efforts, and they do the same for you. Before the meeting, an evaluator should ask the speaker what they will present and what they wish to achieve. Evaluator should provide objective, verbal, as well as written evaluation for speakers. Evaluator should always point out potential areas for growth and improvement in a constructive manner. Table topics help train members to quickly organize and express their thought in an impromptu setting. It typically begins after a prepared speech session. The Toastmaster of the day will introduce the topics master, who will give a brief introduction to table topics. He will then call an experienced Toastmaster to begin, and then others at random. The responses should be clear and short, lasting 1 to 2 minutes. When you're more comfortable, you may take the role of Topics Master, also known as Table Topics Master. A topic master should select topics in advance of the meeting. The topics should be short and easy to understand. Always ask guests in advance if they would like to participate. During a meeting, assign topics to an experienced member first, who is not assigned a meeting role. Then move on to the members without roles, then on to guests. And the final point to remember here is that members have priority to be called upon. The general evaluators evaluate the club meeting as a whole, in addition to those roles who doesn't already have an evaluator. This includes Toastmaster of the Day, speech evaluators, accountants, grammarian, and timer. The general evaluator should ensure other evaluators know their tasks and responsibilities. He or she must confirm the meeting agenda with the Toastmaster of the Day. During the meeting, general evaluator will take notes and report on the club proceedings, including timeliness, enthusiasm, preparation, organization, and performance of duties. Now, these are some extra roles that you can see in different clubs. All the roles we have just discussed are mandatory, but these roles can be included by the Toastmaster of the Day or Vice President of Education to make the meeting interesting. Before we close, let me remind that the way you execute a role is completely up to you. You can make changes to how you conduct the roles, but you should always adhere to Toastmasters guidelines. If you plan to take a role and tweak it a little bit to make it more interesting, please discuss it with the Vice President of Education before the meeting and get his permission. I hope everybody understood different roles and are eager to take the different roles in the next club meetings. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
Now, moving on, I welcome Toastmaster Jose Kumar, the Vice President Education according to Toastmasters Club, for the word of thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster and MC of today's session. Friends, we have come to the end of a very beautifully crafted educational session of Toastmasters. So first, let me, now it's time for us to give a vote of thanks to each and every speaker who has elaborately taken a session on about Toastmasters and also about path selection and other things. So let me start my vote of thanks with the Toastmaster Ajay Appus, who had very beautifully introduced Toastmasters to all the new members. And also he has given various insights about the Toastmasters, how it is functioning, what are the executive level roles in a Toastmasters. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay Appus, for enlightening all of us with your very beautiful slides. Thank you so much. Secondly, I would like to thank our President, Toastmaster Jacob Tharat, for enlightening all of us with the pathway selection and website updation. Thank you so much for elaborating the steps associated with pathway selection, and also thanking you for enlightening us with the explanation that you have given for each and every role holders in a Toastmasters meeting. Thank you for your effort, time and patience in making this happen. And next, I'd like to extend the vote of thanks to Toastmaster Jebin for giving a very beautiful session on mentoring. He has also done a very good presentation about mentoring. Thank you so much for enlightening about the mentoring. What is all about mentoring to all the participants of this group, especially to our newly joined members. Thanks a lot. And finally, I would like to extend a ton of gratitude to our area director, Toastmaster Nidhin Suresh, who have taken time for today and graced this occasion. You are always an inspiration for all of us, and we are really proud of you. Thank you so much on behalf of club and all the members. And also, before concluding, I would also like to extend a ton of gratitude to Division G and all the program quality team of our division for making this event happen. And thank you once again. Thanks Thank you all once again.